everybody. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you tonight. I am Carol, South Florida Sunshine Tropicals. Got my shirt on. I am so happy to have, everybody in the side chat. I saw you guys as I came in. I'm sorry, I've been running around over here at the house trying to get all the things together. So good to see you. I'm past Maquadi. I came in super early, but I had started running around after that. I still haven't even put the description in the video for tonight. Let me know if there's any problem with hearing me. We have, my daughter had set up a new screen for me so I can see the chat a little bit better, like read it a little better, hopefully. But I think I just put my computer like right in front of it. So that should be interesting, the laptop. So if you see me looking around, I am looking at that beautiful monitor that she gave me after she upgraded. So welcome in, Passamaquoddy, Robin Gardens, Brook Trout 1477, Ecology Today. Name is Jay. Thank you for being in here. I so appreciate it. I thought I saw Hello Tofu. Hey, Hello Tofu. It's good to see you. And if you haven't caught it, I did release a short. I've been having some technical difficulties with I don't know if it's my editor or YouTube. YouTube, I've been having little glitches too. Hey, the Bud Files, welcome in. Hi, Miss Sharon. Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, live chat or all messages, y'all. Thank you for the reminder. Let's go. Late night with sunshine. Thanks, Homestead Aquarius. I love that. That's great. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Sounds good. Thank you, Robin. Hey, Gear. Good to see you, Gear Grinding 19. Well, tonight we're going to talk about something that a lot of actually my side chat knows about, but maybe you don't because this is the first time you're seeing this video and, you're new to YouTube or something. But if you're in the gardening community, it is talked about all the time with our plants and how they like to eat just like us. And often what we give them is fertilizers that are made out of chemicals, things that are sold from big corporations. And you don't have to do that. There's an option, and the option is using your scraps at home to make your own NPK. And this didn't originate, of course, with me and my idea. You will see it other places on the interwebs and on YouTube. It is also a Korean farming method where they use just what they had around them to create fertilizers for their edibles, their edible garden. I'm trying to think. And one of the ones that I do and have done for a while is banana water. Banana water is something that is just a natural phosphorus for your plants. And I'll go into different recipes that you guys can do for your garden for making this NPK. And you can make it overnight. This isn't like we're fermenting it for, 3 days. There are some that are like that, and that's fine. But these are ones that you can let sit maybe for 24 hours and they'll be good to go, which is important as some of you are in winter right now and you're like, well, I don't really have much gardening to do. I'm getting my start started. You can also get your, liquid fertilizers set aside too. And, one of the ways you don't have to even store them as liquid. If you're afraid of like, oh, it might ferment and smell, I don't blame you, or mold and smell. What you can do is start collecting some things like your used coffee grounds in a bag, which can go in the freezer. If you have extra, freezer space, your peels from your bananas. And then when you make potatoes, you'll see the potato peels come in handy too. And then greens, like any kind of greens that show up first in your garden, unless it's an invasive weed, you can use for nitrogen. So it's basically that simple. So, I mean, I could be done right now. But we will go into that. And why we do it is it's more natural for the soil underneath your plants. Underneath your plants, you have microbes that create colonies and you've got all kinds of little cities down underneath that surface of the soil. And you want to continue to feed that because it talks to the roots of your plants, and your roots, go out searching for certain nutrients. And some of those microbes are responsible for bringing those nutrients to your plants. So, soil health is what we're going for with these. Basically, you are feeding your soil, and your soil will feed your plant. And it also gives them like a Gatorade boost, is what I've said before when we've talked about like banana water being like a Gatorade boost. Uh, Really, more of a Gatorade would probably be mixing them all together, and that's a recipe too. So I just want to say hello again to my side chat and do the thing that we do when I do lives, which is a little show and tell. If you don't know about the Vine program with Amazon, I was fortunate enough to be accepted into it. You have to be invited into it, and you basically give honest reviews for what you pick out. They have like a special store for Vine people or Viners. You pick these things out, they send them to you. That part is totally free. And then what you give in return is a review. And they're looking for people who are really honest. They're not looking for all 5-star reviews because they could get those with bots. They want people who are going to be honest, that, other humans can look to and look to their pictures. And so that's what I do. I actually am part of that community on Amazon. And one of the things that I got, which is show and tell this week, is this really cool thing for storage for seeds. Doo-doo-doo. It's a seed. I think it's really neat. It kind of is like, I don't know, so old school. I like it. And I love hummingbirds. So I love the like artwork on it. Now, I'm not sponsored by Vine. That would be nice. I mean, they could bump me up into the next category. The next category is, more expensive things. Right now I'm happy though with my category. It goes up to $100 and it's daily. So it's a blessing for somebody like me who's a stay-at-home mom who homeschools. I'm on my 5 to 6 hand. Yeah, you're making your compost, right, Brook Trout? Yeah, there you go. And you're feeding your chickens. Well, you've got your chickens that help feed your garden too. So inside of it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to tilt it, but I'll lift this up. There is 2 layers of these really cool, and I think Robin Gardens would kind of like this. Really cool little seed containers. And they come with stickers. This is 2 levels of these. You also get, and I'll try and show you the inside without spilling it, seed envelopes. So it's like a seed saver kit too. It has this little pop out funnel. They gave me 2 pairs, I think, or 3 pairs of tweezers. I was like amazed. Oh no, one is a marker, tweezers. And for when you go to plant, oh, here's the stickers. So you could also go out and get these at like an office supply if you run out, for the top of those little bottles I just showed you. And then for your starts, when you start the next season, they give you some cute little tags in here and a marker for it, like I just showed. So that was my show and tell from Vine. Ta-da! I'm probably going to have to get into the Amazon their program, the affiliate program, because I should put some of these in like an affiliate link when I'm showing them. But you know what? It doesn't matter. For as little as I make for our Amazon affiliate, right now it's totally just not worth it. It's worth showing you guys, though, in case you'd be interested in something like this. I was excited about it. The other thing I got, but I haven't hooked up because I have an Apple computer. Laptops are notorious for not having enough. I thought you would like it. Yeah, I thought of you when I saw it. I was like, oh, I got to get this and show Robin what they put on there. You wait till you see the other thing I got. I'm saving that for, I think, next week for show and tell. It just came today. It's heavy, though. So, yeah. Thank you. Hello, Tofu. I thought so, too. And, it'll get me in the habit of, Robin and Shawnee Grows did a great live on seed saving. Amazing. And, Robin is practically an expert at seed saving. She's been doing it for a long time. And that conversation just flowed. And it was like, how do you say it? From the hip? Like they weren't scripted or anything. And it was beautiful, beautiful live on saving seeds. The other thing I got is this, but I have to get, like I said, an Apple computer does not have enough places to put in hubs. It does, but putting in too many hubs, you can fry your computer. I found that out. It's got this nice little USB cute keyboard because I have it. My laptop is pink too. I'm kind of a girly girl. You'll see in my short that I have press-on nails. I don't go and get my nails done. That's just too, I can't afford that. You know, we can't do that on my husband's one income. But once in a while, like for holidays, my daughter and I will get like little press-on nails and, you know, get a little fancy. I found that metal seed kit, but the link is too long. Oh, bless you. Well, maybe I can, I wonder if I can somehow shorten it for underneath, like in the comments later or something. I did get a pink one. You mean of the seed kit? The seed kit only came in green, and I think it was like, I don't know what the other color was, but it wasn't like one of my colors. I thought that was pretty and went with kind of that vintage vibe that it has. But anyway, to get back to the topic of the live tonight, I am going to try, I'm going to have to still shift because right now, this is only mirroring, sorry, words are hard. That my screen is mirroring my laptop. There, I got it out. And I'm still going to have to go to my notes, which are on a different page than you guys. So I will be checking back and forth. So please forgive me. Oh, and I want to put on my, wait a minute. I am not seeing it. The banner, because we do have memberships and I'm grateful for my members, very grateful. And it does help me with right now. The other thing, I will hopefully be shooting a video of me opening a vertical growers and the seeds that I got to go, not necessarily go with them, but I got along with them when I ordered these things. And then I went over to Botanical Interest and ordered seeds. So they were just like two, how would you say it, like Christmas gifts, thankfully from my memberships, I was able to do to enhance my garden. And for those of you who don't know, my garden is legacy and in memory. And that was the other show and tell, but I didn't know if it would make people sad because I talk about my parents who have passed all the time. But, you know, I only had one set. So I was able to get off a vine, and I'll show you guys. I think it's really pretty. And the card is gorgeous. I can't read the card because I will just cry. I was going to get back to the NPK, but I forgot about this. I will get back to the NPK. It's really pretty. It comes with a card. So if you know anybody who's lost a parent, this card is beautiful. And then this one is for Dad. I'm going to get one for Mom and hang them out there. And I had bought my parents, and let me see, I can't get it to, is that the right way for you guys, I hope? I need to put a piece of paper behind it. Let me do that. There we go. Dad forever in our hearts, and it has the cardinal. And one of the things I bought for my parents was a bird feeder because, oh, let me put it down because it's making noise. A bird feeder because my dad would, like the whole right side of his chair would kind of angle out towards their backyard where they had, you know, big trees. One time they had like oh, what is that? I guess it's the goat. Is it the gopher? What's the thing that comes out? Groundhog. They had a big groundhog back there. Oh, hey, Andrew. Welcome in. Andrew's Northwest Coin. And it says, listen to the wind and think of me. In your heart, I'll always be. Anyway, they used to see cardinals. And we also had a pair that always visited my parents' yard and lived back there. And then you know, it was generational. So their children would come back. You know, it was just beautiful. And I always loved hearing the cardinals chirp. And a family member had said that when my dad passed, a ton of cardinals like flooded those trees, which was kind of cool to hear, which made me really happy. But anyway, so that was my other vine. Like, I wasn't sure if I should share or not, you know, but that's, I like it, and I'm going to get one for my mom, and then I'll hang them back in the garden. Um, and then the other thing is a legacy for my children. So they'll have these videos. Like, I was just listening to Scott Head over, he's going to maybe not be back from Black Gumbo. And I've known him for, not like personally, but I've known him around the gardening community like 7 years, and through David the Good, like we used to be in lives together. And yeah, his is a legacy too. Like he's doing his channel and maybe not going to be interacting with it as much, but he's leaving it open as a legacy for his children. So, okay, now really back to the NPK. So what I have here is, oh, and I'm going to drop the link in just a minute. What I have here in my garden is moringa. This will be my greens. And I have something called canna lilies, the greens from the canna lilies. Now I will just use scissors, you know, and, you know, cut them up, submerge them in the water. You can do that for like 24 to 48 hours. And then that is one of your recipes for nitrogen. Another one, let me see if I can, I'll get the ratios in a second. Another one, which is kind of disgusting, and we've just like laughed about it. Hey, Moon over Miami, nice of you to stop in. And we've joked about it, is urine. Hey, badass dang, good to see you. Urine is a natural nitrogen. However, you have to be careful. Like if you're on medications and things like that, you are going to dilute it anyway to use it. You aren't going to be putting it on your greens, like your salad greens and things like that, because that would be gross. And you have to just make sure it's watered down. It's basically watered down urine. So yeah, that's up to you. I haven't gotten to that far yet, you know, but this is keeping everything in that circle in your garden, like creating systems of, this is already growing in my garden. I chop it up. I just use it. It goes back into the soil and it helps the plants in my garden. So let me look that up. But that was 2 for nitrogen. And that nitrogen is good for like leaf growth. And they, you know, any of these liquids help work, like I said, fast. They give, you know, a boost to your plants instantly. And why organic? Like you want to try and use also organic vegetation. It's just safer for soil and your pollinators. So you can also use the weed tea, which is what I just showed you. They're saying coffee and tea water, nitrogen. And then, hold on, I have to, this is not the right notes. Give me just a second. I'm highly unprofessional. Please know that about me. This is about community and helping my community. It's not about me becoming some YouTube star. Hold on. This should be it. Nope, this is not it. I don't think. No. Please forgive me. Chat amongst yourselves, everyone. I'm trying to find, I should have given these better titles to myself. I emailed these to myself. If you must know my super secret stuff. And that's it. Okay, is this it? There we go. Okay, so fast and free weed tea. You'll need fresh weeds, dandelion, chickweed, clover, grass clippings. This is your other nitrogen. And this is the one that I talked about, is really like a Korean farming method. If you let it go for a while too, and it's smelly, that's naturally what it does. And you can find that over on Diva in the Dirt. She has video on her poo-poo juice. And that's hers is highly fermented, and she uses it to water her plants. Like she'll use that first and then she'll water them in rather than doing the ratios. So what you do is you need the fresh weeds, like I said, the water in a bucket, and you fill your bucket about half to 3/4 full with chopped weeds. and then you cover it with water, let it sit 1 to 3 days, stir once a day, strain and dilute 1 with water. Now, I know people who just basically they use something and press down everything, and they don't necessarily like they use like a cup measure and they pour it into their whatever they're using to go and then pour it into their soil. And it says basically what I told you too about the urine. Water the soil, not leaves, and especially not leaves in the hot sun with that stuff. The coffee and tea boost is best for acid loving plants. Your blueberries, roses, tomatoes, you'll need use coffee grounds like I showed. Or you can even use weak brewed coffee. Like if you made a lot and you're like, oh, this one I got isn't any good or it's stale. You can water it down and use it for your soil. So it's used also tea bags or loose leaf tea. Soak grounds or tea in water overnight, strain, dilute 1:1 ratio, apply to soil. And then the urine one, yes, really, you know, best for heavy feeders, which this is kind of gross to me. Like I don't want to ever go over somebody's house for Thanksgiving and they're serving me corn that's been, yeah, because these are it's best for heavy feeders like corn and squash. So dilute fresh urine 10:1, 10 parts water, 1 part urine. So it's really watered down. Apply to soil only. Do not use on leaves or root crops. I kind of think that would be, the not on leaves would be like definitely not like most people would know that, but they don't. So let me check on you guys and see what our side chat is chit-chatting about. Yes, fresh cut grass is, but a lot of people use chemicals on their grass. So if it's coming from your own yard and you don't use any chemicals on it, great. If it is not, always be mindful of that because people use all kinds of stuff like weed and feed in their gardens, and that will go into your plants. And the weed and feed is can kill your tomato plants, and anything that like aminopyralids would kill. Yeah, they can take out those same plants. Yes. Oh, you can use it though. Great. Purple dead needles taking over the place. I'm using it for everything. Yeah, like tea for your plants. And what else, Miss Sharon? Like, let us know because other people have that same problem. Thank you, Miss J. Korean Natural Farming Basics. Thank you. Yes. Some videos on that. Pissy corn and I thought pissy pumpkin pie. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, you leave the poo-poo juice is a lot longer for ferment. So thank you for putting that, Robin Gardens. The best is to ferment it for 6 weeks with the weeds to make her poo-poo juice. Yes. To extract. But she just lets it go and puts new ones on top. And then, yeah, you have to see the video. Tend to use. Yes, exactly. What I was saying. They do. And thank you for putting Deep in the Dirt poo-poo juice link. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, definitely always check. Oh, great idea. So this is what Miss Sharon does for her purple dead needle, in case any of you are listening out there who have a problem with it. She feeds it to her chickens, her rabbits. She does the poo-poo juice and she dries it for tea. And it also makes good tincture. Thank you. So there you have it, guys. You have a lot of ways to use the thing that may be driving you crazy in your garden as like something you see that isn't good. Weeds usually are just out of place plants, and they're just really good at growing in your soil, much better than the seeds that you bought at the store and you're trying to, make heirloom food out of. That's awesome. I still would want to know like what he's inputting into those chickens. But still, your soil could probably break down most of that because it's already been broken down through the chicken. Does he do a deep litter method for it? Yeah, you can do tinctures out of it. Yeah, we're going to go into that a little bit. We're going to talk about in the future, Shawnee and I have something planned, and it totally slipped my mind during the holidays. I told her after the holidays, and then I just completely forgot about it. And we're going to go through some things for like tinctures, like just herbal treatments for immune system, anti-inflammatory things. Yes. Yes, for humans. It's purple den needle. Yeah, you're not eating the material itself. It's extracting all the good stuff. I think you might be thinking of another plant that you're making like the human thing. Oh, good. Great. He's an all natural guy. I don't believe in using chemicals. Love those kind of people who want to give you free stuff who do, are on the same wavelength. Love that. All right, so let me get back to the NPK. The other P is for phosphorus. So liquid phosphorus is good for your roots, your flowers, and your fruits. It helps them bloom, helps them fruit, helps them grow strong roots, is what it means. So these things, like when you are transplanting a tree from a pot to the ground, you would want to use some of the liquid phosphorus because you want it to root first. You don't want it to concentrate on anything else but rooting into that new soil. So this is where my banana peel tea comes in. This is best for flowering plants, tomatoes, and peppers. You'll need banana peels, water, pretty much, that simple. You chop up the peels, you soak it in water for 24 to 48 hours, strain, use directly on soil. In all honesty, I don't strain mine. I trench. I think it was Robin who gave me the term, what was it, trench composting. David the Good uses just throw it on the ground or compost everything. I just put all of it, like the leftover peels, I will put right back over into my banana mat because they always need a little bit more potassium. Potassium and phosphorus is in bananas. Another thing that you can do is you can actually make your own bone broth water, just like we make bone broth for ourselves to heal our gut. This is best for root crops, flowering plants. You'll need bones, chicken, beef, etc., water, and then you're going to simmer the bones for several hours, basically until they almost break down, and let cool. Then you can dilute 1:5 ratio and water the soil. Also, what you can do is then dry out the bones in your oven because once they're they're a little bit porous, which you can make them even more porous by adding like a tablespoon of ACV into the water. And that's not going to harm with this dilution. It won't harm this liquid for your garden at all. It'll make the bones like leach out even more. And then it'll also make them more brittle. So then when you go to dry them and you can pulverize them, and then you have all natural bone meal that you've created yourself. The next one I've never tried, and this is really interesting. You can actually do a seed and nut soak. This is best for root establishment. You'll need unsalted seeds or nuts, sunflower and pumpkin, they're saying work best with water, soak overnight, blend, strain, dilute 1:5. It is not giving me measurements on that at all. Same thing with the bones. So you might have to go back and do your research on those if you're interested. I will try and get that actually in the comments, and especially for people who are watching the replay, I'll try and see if I can look that up, the ratio on the seed and nut soak. Okay, now let me go and check everybody because we're into the liquid potassium. What is going on over here? I'm seeing laughter. Oh, wow, you've got even more things you're doing with it. Thank you. Jay is giving us the definition of a tincture as a concentrated liquid extract most commonly made by soaking plant material like herbs, roots, or berries in alcohol, though vinegar or glycerin can also be used as solvents. Oh, okay. I heard poo-poo juice tincture. Gross. Oh, no. Do not. Yeah. No poo-poo juice tinctures for humans inside the body. Yes. Please do not consume the stuff we're talking about. Although, like, the banana peel water is actually not that bad if you're making it as a tea, and you make it as a tea and then maybe you want to put it in your fridge overnight for you. It's not that bad. Or you make it as a tea and you consume it right away. And it just takes a little, you take a slice of it, like a little chunk slice. And it's supposed to actually help with sleep and things like that at night. Let's see, to pull out active compounds for medicinal or flavoring purposes, offering a potent, long lasting form of herbal medicine. Exactly. I love it. Okay, now this is what we're getting back to the purple. This is great. I love this. The purple dead needle has astringent, purgative, so pulling out, I guess. Diuretic, peeing. I don't know what the diaphoretic is properties. I think of the diaphragm, but diaphoretic. I'm gonna have to look that one up. It's also anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and antibacterial. I've heard it's excellent. I've heard it's excellent. You would like mail it to people, the dried stuff, probably. They would love to have it. Jay saying, no, not the poo-poo juice tincture. Blah. Fresh leaves can be applied to wounds as a poultice. You can also enjoy fresh or dry leaves as a tea. I love that. So if it's a poultice, oh, saw somebody who had, can you use it like on an open wound, Miss Sharon, as a poultice? Like to pull out stuff? Yeah, I got confused with English. I get confused with English all the time. Oh, I didn't even know you had pasture land. That's amazing. Badass 93 Stang says, my pasture land is so fertile, my tomatoes were outgrowing the plant itself. Oh, excuse me, go. I'm sorry, I'm on keto right now, and like all the liquids are important. This one is the one that doesn't have like natural flavorings in it, this brand. So I'm a little burpy. My tomatoes were outgrowing the plant itself. I had to retest the soil. It was just crazy how big and fast my tomatoes were growing. That's awesome. It means it's not high nitrogen. I believe that would be what we just went over. What language would you prefer? Can't try French with sign language. No, please. How does sign language go when you're on the computer unless you're like on camera? You're funny, Jay. That's what Jay was saying. Don't stick where he is. I'm gonna be over here in the lurking quietly section now. Oh, don't get all embarrassed. It's okay. That seems like something I would do instead, for sure. Hey, what's up? How are you? You know what? I just realized, hold on. I didn't open. Let me just open my thing so I have my chat open on the other side. Growing with Hudson, I haven't seen you in a while, so it took me a second. I'm like, totally know this girl. She's so cool. She grows everything, grows tropicals. Good to see you, Growing with Hudson. Yay. It's so confusing sometimes because I don't have the best memory anyway, and then they're starting this whole at, and people don't always have an at that matches their channel name. Oh, you have? Okay, so Miss Sharon's answering my question about using the poultice of the purple dead needle on wounds. So that's good. Okay. Oh, whoa. Wait, what? Purgative means strong. Oh, wow. That would be bad to get those words confused. I'm going to have to go over all those words then. Perspire. Oh, okay. So they help you detox. Thank you, Robin. That's why we need you so bad. The girly girls. We appreciate that. Okay. And then Jay just, yep. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Yay. Bowtie life. What's up? Bowtie life in the garden. My Florida brother. Great live showing himself with out there in the garden and planting some sugarcane nodes. They looked really healthy. They looked great. Let me know how they do because I did the lay down method and yeah, that didn't do so well. So I want to do the nodes next time. But I still haven't decided where I'm going to put it in my yard. You did some sign language interpretation? I guess, yeah, yeah. You did? Oh, I love that. I didn't know you did that. That's very cool. My last green harvest, I picked about 60 bunches of greens, no stems. That's great. Okay, everybody is saying hi to everybody, saying hi to Bowtie. Diaphoretic, making an embarrassing mistake in a live stream. Makes you sweat? Makes you purge? No, right? That was one thing I didn't realize we had so much going on with our military up in that part of Florida. I kind of knew, but not like until you're live and you were saying, "Oh yeah, we have this and that and this." Oh, awesome! Determined to grow onion from seed this year. I cook with them and everything. I did buy some baby plant, and it's my first year, but they're already late. I saw like January looked like it was the cutoff, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna put them in an area that's dappled light to shade almost. I know that they need nitrogen. I know they need light, but they don't need Florida spring because Florida spring is little summer. And it's fried my onion greens every time I've been like when I've been trying to plant with, my northern brothers and sisters. It's like, well, they don't look so good. Oh no, you got five. Oh my gosh. If you're making preserves, here's a pro tip. If you give preserves to people, please label it. Poor Jay got 5 jars of who knows what from someone. Thank you for this. This is, oh my goodness, that's so funny and sad at the same time. Well, you'll know after maybe you open the first one, hopefully. Hopefully. I blanch the greens and put them. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a great way. I like to do that. Although my um chaya has to be completely boiled for like 20 minutes to get all the poison out of it. Between Pensacola and Panama City, they're hopping with military. Wow. Okay. That's cool. That's great. That's where I should take the family, go up and see. Maybe, actually, I don't know if we can go to, my son would like the Air and Sea show. We have it down here. I'm not sure if they're still doing it even. Oh, all jars different and unrecognizable. Oh, okay. I'd be leery. Texas Grand, the red. That's awesome. Yeah, I have one. I think the white. I didn't mean to buy it. It was supposed to be a Texas variety, like the Texas sweet or something. Malachi used it like confetti on our way out of Lowe's. Like as I'm checking out, I turn and the lady who's checking me out is heading right around my cart, like to help with something. I thought, like to scan it. No, she starts picking up my little baby onion plants all around the cart because he just decided that looked fun. I'm sure it was. But when I got the tags home, I realized I didn't get the correct one. I got one from Louisiana, which should work. The bayou is very hot. Yeah, they have great beaches up there. Yeah, it's kind of loud. Okay, so let me hop back over to my notes. Okay, so for liquid potassium, the K in NPK, good for disease resistance, flavor like your tomatoes, strong plants. So potassium helps with strong stems, better fruit, and stress resistance. One of the first things is you can make wood ash tea. So this is best for tomatoes, fruit trees, and root crops. But these are also for things that aren't like totally acid loving. Like I wouldn't necessarily put this on my jaboticaba. That's a fruit tree that loves acid and acidic soil. So you need clean wood ash, so not treated wood when you're burning your wood. Then you'll need water, 1 tablespoon of ash, wood ash per gallon. Stir, let sit 12, 24 hours, and then you use on the soil. It'll raise the pH and don't use it on acid-loving plants, just like I was saying. Yes, they concur. Now, this is the reason I showed my potatoes. Potato peel tea, best for fruiting plants. You'll need potato peels and water. Boil peels 10 to 15 minutes. Cool, strain, and dilute 1 to 1. And then this is a bonus for you guys, molasses water. For those of you who are new gardeners, you might not know about this. This is for feeding your soil microbes, like I was talking about earlier in the live. You'll need unsulfured blackstrap molasses, water, and then you make it with just 1 tablespoon per gallon. You stir well, and you apply to the soil. Now, I'll give you a tip that I've used in my own garden, and I've got to get back to. I've used fish emulsion and then done this tip. I've mixed up my fish emulsion according to, the directions on whatever product that you use. But then I will add a little bit of unsulfured blackstrap molasses to it. And then I will go and it also, sweetens up the nasty smell. And then, like we were saying before, the easy all-in-one garden tea, which is slightly balanced. If you want one simple recipe, you can go to a handful of compost or worm castings, 1 banana peel, 1 tablespoon used coffee grounds in 1 gallon of water. You soak everything for 24 hours, stir occasionally, strain, and then you water your soil with it. So at least this one had the handful of compost. So it depends on the size of your hand. I'm thinking a cup of compost, worm casting. So have you guys in the side chat made any NPK for your garden? How did that go? How are you making it fresh, or are you doing like the poo-poo juice that's ongoing? What are you using in your own gardens that you are making from your garden? So you're keeping that circle small and not reaching outside of your garden so much for input. Oh, hey, Joe Serrano, welcome in. Okay, they're talking about the aircrafts. I think, that's bow tie and badass. There are Mexican, then there will be Rosa Costa Reyes, so good. Flavor the orange rind, star anise, cinnamon. I actually got star anise and cinnamon, and I forget what they're called. You would know the sugar that's conical shaped. And then I didn't get the Mexican hot chocolate, so I still need to maybe find that for maybe a celebration after I lose some weight and feel better. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going back on sugar now, but I was going to make Mexican hot chocolate, but I was not going to put in the cornmeal, like I think they put in it, or like is it corn flour? Makes it thicker, like a porridge almost. But thanks. I like all those flavors together. The star anise, though, easy on that. I like cinnamon and orange are 2 of my favorites. Okay, just looking at everybody saying hello to each other. Oh, you're working through Stranger Things? I never watched that. I get the last series that we watched, and then we were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's over now. What do we do? We were watching Lost. And after that, I was like, we didn't want to get involved in a series ever again. I don't know why. It was just because it was just so consuming. Oh, here we go. Okay, yes, I used the unsulfured molasses on onions. Oh, the sulfured molasses on onions, because they say onions love sulfur. That's a good idea. Good tip. So you do the opposite. You don't use the unsulfured variety, you use the sulfured. Okay. Well, and molasses is full of iron and I believe potassium, so very good for root crops too. And bow ties up there making his own compost. Oops, its own compost every year. That's awesome. I have to be careful with my compost. I bury it because of living off the canal. The canal seems to have lots of little rat friends that want to come and get into my compost, and I'm not really loving that too much. I also, if it's out of sight, will forget it's there. About a yard to a yard and a half of the good stuff. Let me see. But the bulk is the horse bedding compost. Yeah, you were saying that and that they're going to move. My daughter used to, I don't know if you saw my comment in there. My daughter rode dressage. She started off in therapeutic riding when she was younger. And she then learned, how to ride dressage and took the dressage test and everything. We got to go out to some of the fancier places, like you were saying, like million dollar uh, homes, like like $12 million homes with stables with even more expensive horses for dressage. We got to go and ride at their community arena, which is covered. Oh, it was so nice. So nice. Not with our horses. We didn't have a horse. The barn had the horses. That was kind of nice. They call you a barn rat when you don't own the horse and you don't have to do like all the cleaning and all the taking care of the horse. You just show up, you do your thing on the horse, like the riding, get your instructions, and you kind of, okay, see you later. I'm bad. I use just about everything. Awesome. That's a hard one. That's good to hear though, because it's taking you this long. Like if you guys go over to her channel, you will see that Growing with Hudson has grown just about everything and done all kinds of things too. I remember back in the day when you were making like what I wanted to do, and I just didn't get around to it because my husband doesn't like liquor in the house. So tinctures are really interesting to try and explain. But I remember you making all your different vanillas with the different liquors, like the different types, and I always wanted to try like that too, to see if there was any kind of flavor difference. But that's great. I've heard Brussels sprouts are very hard. Oh, I need to drop the link for my peoples, whoever wants to come up and talk for a little bit. I mainly used homemade compost, leaf mold. I love leaf mold, culture techniques. Spent mushroom compost and mulch. Awesome. Yeah, I actually have a short and I mentioned that big word in it, and I had to go in and spell it for the AI. I don't know why. Which makes me feel good because I'm slightly dyslexic. So, yeah, you and your molasses puddles a bit on biscuits. Also, Aquarius says molasses is great for the garden, but it's better on a biscuit. Yeah, I know a lot of people would agree with that. Yes, lots of chopped leaves. I love the leaf mold. Thank you for mentioning that. That is definitely, we're making soil. Yep, compost tea is great. Absolutely, Robin Gardens. Yeah. That one looks scary, the one that you were just saying that you watched and a lot of people were into. I know it looked too scary for me. I'm not good with scary. Jay Jackson is our J-bot. I prefer to binge watch shows for merciful. Yes, I will binge watch things. I will not do the whole, we'll wait and watch it together. Because really, my husband, he has different tastes than I do. That's really strange that they've never been in your compost. They usually go right for it. Oh, thanks. You did see that about my daughter. Thank you. It was awesome. She was young. Yeah. I don't want to like give away too much, but yeah, it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That's one thing, like if a kid needs therapy for whatever, when it comes to like speech and any kind of like they're maybe even just super shy, Horseback riding therapy, if they love horses, is wonderful. Because they don't know they're at therapy, they're riding horses. Like, and it is immersive. It's wonderful. Yeah. Same thing with Robin Garden. She's agreeing that she likes to binge when she does TV. I try once a failed. We'll try again. Currently in a house remodel for AG next year too. I don't know. Does the house remodel ever end? We've been here and it's like something all the time. Now we're making sure that we have the screens replaced because I guess when we got our roof, they took off our screens for our vents or something happened to them. They never replaced them. Hey, there's Uncle Arthur or Uncle Bammit on the way to bed. Just wanted to stop and holler at you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Please go and check out Bammit with Uncle Arthur Butler. He's awesome. You have Piloncillo. Wait a minute. You have Piloncillo and making hot chocolate with cornmeal dots. Yeah, Champurrado. I couldn't remember the name. Champurrado. Yeah, because your pronunciation is different than the Cuban Spanish pronunciations of things. So thank you for kind of putting it out there like that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Ramen Garden says yes. Growing with Hudson. Brussels sprouts are a real challenge to grow well. Be proud of that victory. One gardener with experience speaking to another. I just tasted. Oh, did you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, awesome. Is that video over on your channel? I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. All right, let me see if I can drop the link for those of you who want to come up tonight and for our second part of the show where we go off topic and it's about community and hanging out and maybe, bringing in the topic or not. Okay. I've just always been nervous that I wouldn't do it right. And because they already come in and just pee all over everything anyway, like on my patio, because that's where I keep my fertilizers in the rat proof cabinet that ended up not being rat proof at all. And yeah, that was horrible. That's Stranger Things looked very intense. I don't think I could, not my thing. Oh gosh. See, I'm still not keeping up. This is crazy. Oh, his compost pile doesn't smell stinky. Do you mean your personal one, Joe Serrano? I'm kind of confused. They love this. Oh, yeah, they would love that. Growing out. I mean, I was going to call you growing out of the box. Growing with Hudson, they would love the cold. The brassicas. That's one thing I don't have much of down here. But I do have all the worms that would love them. Okay, let me get that link. Now, these are for people that I know from, hanging around with my channel. If you were not in the side chat, you come in the back of my live link, I will boot you. So please do not try that. You need to be, familiar with us and familiar with, my peoples. And I need to be a little familiar with you. So wait a minute, I'm in the wrong thing. Hello. Pardon me as I'm a little out of it. Like I said, I've been off of sugar after being on a lot of it for the holidays. I think this is day 4. I believe. Day 3 or 4. See? And I've been trying to keep the carbs below 30 to start. Oh, and I found this awesome, like for electrolytes, organic coconut water. And of course, it's awesome and delicious. I think it's the Malaysian coconut water. It 21 grams of carbs, right, in one bottle. I'm like, no. I did a great video on compost last year, but so many people don't believe me. Yeah, I don't know. I think too, like, I'm not sure. It's just so different down here. Maybe they just all flock to the south. Like that, we have those really huge ones too. I think that came up through the Keys. I haven't seen them, thank God. My neighbor did though, and I don't ever want to meet them. Right. Yeah, no, it didn't say rat proof. It was just my way of trying to rat proof the storage. Yeah, no. I think within it was 2 weeks, there was a rat dead, thanks to like my husband, like he has that Tomcat baiting system. Yeah, dead right on the shelf. Hey, please welcome to the panel, my co-host with the mostest, only one wing. It's Robin Garden.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh my
I'm
God.
doing. I
I
had
just
to move from the table to the comfy chair though.
Oh, this is the only one who can sneak in the back door. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Shawnee Gross. Yay!
Hello,
My
everyone.
my ratings just went up exponentially. Both of you ladies. Woohoo! So pretty. How are you? How are you? Okay.
Good.
Oh, you didn't do a video. She has like 40 more batches to taste and bottle up. Made homemade whipped cream too. Oh, you're killing me. She's talking about the vanillas that she's made with different liqueurs. Yummy. I'm staying
Hey,
off today. I
girl,
really need.
your
What?
your garden is looking good.
Oh, thank
That
you. I'm
last little short
trying.
you have stuck out today,
Yeah,
come a
thank
long
you.
way.
I was exhausted, and you can't see it as much in the video, but I could not see that my body was making my glasses steam up after like doing all that lifting and moving around and trying to fill those things. I was like, hold on, like I'm trying to talk to you, but now I can't even see what I'm talking to. Thank you for saying that. It was a big weekend, but it's like I feel sometimes like I'm just not going to get there, but I have to get there at my own pace. Because, yeah, what is it? Everybody grows at their own. What was that saying?
Well, sometimes too, I don't you can put it all out on graph paper and it all looks awesome, but then you get it out there and put it in place and you're like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, that's
That's just
true.
wrong. And then,
Hmm. Growth looks different for everyone. That's it.
there you go.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think you have to live sometime just with your yard and get used to how the sun is in your yard and what's really happening, like what grows where well, to know where you're going to put like these. I'm really hoping these elevated beds will work because I've had some issues with elevated beds in the past. So I'm thinking this is a spot. This is the spot because everything seems to want to grow there, even when it was under that plumera tree, which could be a problem. Video on compost ever since I said good,
Cool.
love compost videos.
Well, when I put those 7 birdies beds in this spring,
Uh-huh.
we took them out to the backyard and we actually physically laid them how we thought we both wanted them.
Yeah.
And then we must have switched it around 10 times. And we came back with two ways that we thought they both would look good.
Mhm.
Neither of them were what we thought looked good on paper.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if mine are gonna necessarily look good, but those are the spots I know things grow well, even if I don't mess around with them. So we'll see. Hopefully
Mhm.
it'll work out. Yeah, I know what you're talking about there, Joe Serrano. That guy David the Good and compost everything. Yeah, I prefer his method of composting. But he did go into doing regular compost and has videos on that too, not just the trenching. I had never heard it called that. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't read the whole book.
Well,
I just
David
watched.
the Good also talks about, kelp and seaweed. If you
Yes.
have that, where you rinsing that off and using it, as well as all the other things Carol mentioned for our fertilizer conversation.
Yeah. I probably would. Oh. Hmm. Only thing is ours have had some like serious contamination. I'll have to look into how it's doing
Um,
lately.
if
But
you're looking at contaminated seaweed, it's best to compost it and break it down versus applying directly on right away.
yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. So then maybe it could go into the bottom of a bed. I don't know. Because I have
There,
that bed I want to do something totally different with.
there is a really great channel called Growing with the Griffins that I'll link, and he talks all about basic, uh, really easy, I'm gonna make fertilizer in a couple days,
Yeah.
tricks to long, multiple step. He follows all of the J-Dom stuff. The video
Yes.
I'll link talks about fermenting your soil, so he's really fun to
Awesome.
learn from. That makes
Thank you.
sense.
Yes. And I know too, Growing Out of the Box is doing a compost challenge, which I would like to check that out. So he's starting that. So maybe I can compost along with them. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's like I can't commit to anything because just seeing how long it's taken me to get this bed up and filled, just one, and I've got 3 more to go. 2 are not even built. And then I have my vertical planters too. 1 year.
It's one of those things where, you can be making free fertilizer and not even knowing it. When you're
Right.
just using good mulching techniques, allowing rainwater in your garden, all of that builds up, and your
Mhm.
soil microbes will break that down and it will feed everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad though. I don't know if it was Jeff Lawton or just one of his people that answered me and said, "Yeah, don't put the mosquito eating fish in your barrel. They're not going to make it in your heat." I'm like, I kind of thought so. I like crows better. I saw a bunch of crows. What are you seeing, Robin, that I'm not seeing?
No, the trench method would be a good method for you, but not your kitchen scraps because of your potential rat problem.
Yeah, yeah. The
Um,
kitchen scraps, I have things ready to actually, they go right into the bed. The only thing I don't like about them is that they're plastic and you can just shove a little stuff inside the top. Like, I'm going to make the one that's the 5 gallon, but I think it might take up too much space, Robin. Like, you know what I'm talking about, where you use the 5 gallon container and you drill holes all through it so the worms can
sure.
come in and compost that way.
But
But
you
they
can,
do all the work. They take it
Mhm.
out. I don't have to do a
but
lot.
right down, let's say the middle of that bed, you can make a 6-inch wide trench.
Okay.
You can put in your greens, your browns from the yard, you know,
Right. Like a
your
keyhole
your
garden,
your
kind of.
coffee grounds.
Yeah.
And then you're composting, right, and the worms are going to do the action and you're growing at the same time.
True. True. Yeah, that's like the keyhole gardens that they sell, where they'll have that empty and then the composter is like right there and then the garden surrounds it. And you're
I mean,
doing this same kind of similar idea. It's not the same, it's a
yeah,
similar
you're
idea.
you're composting at the same time you're growing.
Yeah.
Um, and my gardener, when he was at his house, his old house,
Right.
not the farm new house that he's at.
Uh-huh.
Um, he was big into trench composting, and it's been quite a few years since he's put out a video on it, but there's got to be videos out there.
Right. Yeah. Oh, okay. Bowtie's saying he does do seaweed. It gets composted too. 2 years ago, he got over 2 yards of it. What did the city do that for you? How'd you get 2 whole yards of it? I invest in the Jana, but I know, me either. And Jadam, I found out, is actually different than Korean farming method. Jadam is similar, but it's different. They're actually 2 different schools of thought. I'm not for sure. Let me take that back.
KNF.
I read it in a horticulture board, like reading comments, and some of the horticulture people were saying Jadam and Korean farming methods are like different schools of thought, but they're similar. Like they cross over, but yeah. So anyway, I'll just be quiet.
One is broken down to be more simpler than the other.
Yes.
Air quote.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jadam, you're using like more chemistry, a lot more chemistry than you are with the Korean farming method, which is more natural, like Shawnee was saying. Oh, thank you. Hey, there it is. Growing on the box. 18-day composting challenge. I don't know necessarily if I'll enter the challenge as the challenge, but I want to do it according to how they're doing it. Like follow the steps.
I'm interested in keeping up with my extracts because I'm not a tea person in the garden. Tea is adding air and multiplying microorganisms, where extract is I'm just dunking something and letting it soak and extracting nutrients out of it. That's more of a method I'm into. And so this garden
Aerobic.
season,
That's
I
aerobic versus anaerobic.
I
But
would really like to
Yeah.
grow things purposefully to make fertilizer out of. I have my comfrey, of course, and we have plenty of access to long growing grasses, but I would like
Yeah.
to get like a nettle patch growing. I'm going to have some cover crops that I can chop and
Awesome.
add to a bucket and keep things going. I like doing things in a 5-gallon bucket with a lid. And then like this is bucket 1 in 2 weeks, start a second bucket. Like I really want to be
Yeah.
methodical with it this season. It's the year already. This is going to be hard to adjust to, but now.
Yeah, I know. It came awfully fast before last year, but yeah, that's the anaerobic versus aerobic, using the bubbler and everything too. Like some people argue like one is better than the other, and it they both work. They both feed the soil. They both feed the plants. I like my compost method. Here it is. Before last year, but the solar weed sauna has made my compost. Yeah, I saw that you did that. I don't need that down here because that's just my whole yard. It's a sauna, and yeah, everything bakes. That's why it's so nice to see like the gardens up north and see like Shawnee and Robin and them putting in their gardens, and the greens are different. Like I can't, from living in Florida and traveling a little bit, if I see Florida in the background, I can tell by the green colors that are in it. And I can do the same thing for like I think that's Pennsylvania. And I can recognize it. Same thing with sometimes Georgia. Like I recognize it by the greens. It's so weird. But yeah, I love that idea, Shawnee. I had a 5-gallon bucket of poo-poo juice one time, and it had baked so long because I forgot about it that I never opened it again, and I just had Theron throw it out. I know that's horribly bad for the universe. I'm so sorry, but there's no way in Hades I was going to open it. It probably just baked to the sides. That probably evaporated somehow or something.
Well,
Or
once it runs out of food and it breaks down and everything's done doing this and it settles back down, the smell goes away. Like if you let it sit a whole year, the next year, it shouldn't have a stench
I
anymore.
wasn't willing to take a chance. I didn't know that fact. I was afraid it would be even worse than before because I couldn't remember how long I let it sit. Like I was like, how long did I let that sit? When was the last time I fed that? And I just remembered how horrible it was the last time I had opened it. I was a brand new gardener. Community garden this past. Oh, you did? That's awesome.
Bowtie's saying that he is hoping that the solar weed sauna kills the seeds.
Oh,
But
got
it's
you.
unconfirmed.
Thank you.
But he does know it kills the tubers.
That's
I'm like
awesome.
a crazy person about not putting seeds in the compost.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm solarizing with something I never would before, but I had to do it for our dog, which was tarps because they're plastic. I didn't want to use that. Wanted to just use my construction paper, but we needed something quick and fast because she kept going out to the yard, and the sticky chickweed is just in seed like all the time here right now, and she would get covered in them with her little fine hair. And so I was like, okay, what do we have? Oh, okay, we got tarps, like looking for big stuff that we could just nail down and cover these big, massive areas of this stuff. That's how I'm actually getting the yard, is because it's getting covered in chickweed. That's how I'm getting to cover it with mulch and start my garden and everything. Oh, that is amazing. What are the observations? Can you share with us? Yes. Oh, hey, Storms Radio. Welcome in, Barry. Thank you. Sorry, behind. Hey, Howdy Garden. Welcome in. Let me try and catch up to the bottom. Sorry about that.
Once you start a compost bin,
Mhm.
it's addictive because it's easy, but till you are in the realization that it takes so much organic matter to break down to make any sizable amount of compost in the end, it's a little bit defeating.
Yeah.
Because literally in the height of summer, like July when it's really warm,
Mhm.
and you put like, I have almost somewhere between a third and a half acre here. So you mow all that grass, you put all of it in the pile, you
Right.
put, some browns, blah, 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 blah. You stir it up, and then you come back
Okay.
literally 3 days later, and it's already.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's what I had with I had the rolling composter. That was
Mhm.
another thing as a new gardener I got, and I hated it because it was separated on two sides. And it bothered me that I would go out there, like you said, in a few days, and there was all that space, but all I was going to get was like, when I didn't know what to do. I was like, what do I do? Do I wait for it to break down even more? Just seems like a waste. It's only going to be like this much from that thing because it was split down the middle, and I think it was about this big, and it was one of those that you crank. That okay. So the smell went away. I have buckets of fish over 2 years old, almost no smell.
For
What's
me, it's
almost
about a year
okay?
before I actually use the compost.
Okay.
And we just keep adding it. We keep stirring in the compost that's getting closer to being done from the
Okay.
bottom up and into the fresh stuff.
Okay. And it helps.
Um,
The microbes probably help break down the other
oh,
part.
absolutely. I think I've talked about this before, but we cleaned out my mother-in-law's cupboards of all the old stuff, the old noodles and box mixes and, anything that made
Mhm.
sense to put in there,
Right.
and then put it in our compost bin with the greens and the browns. Oh my gosh, did that fire up. It got
Yeah.
so hot that it was too hot and I had to cool it down. It
Yeah,
was
those
crazy.
yeah, I don't know. I have to I have to revisit it. I like the ones that look like Daleks, where it's like you can just
Mhm.
pile it in and I don't know how you stir those though. I'm not
Isn't the principle with the garlic more to kind of
just breaks it
work with
down, right?
let the worms, come up
Come up
and
and do it? Okay, that's
and
what I wondered, like, I didn't but I like the idea of seeing, like, the fresh products go in the top and then, "Oh, look, you got, composted soil down there coming out."
yeah.
I haven't I've done mostly trench and also just doing poo-poo juices and things like that. Let's see, the compost bin I started in November 2025 is for 2027 garden. I will not turn it, only always add to it. Lawn cuttings go on the top and the kitchen scraps get buried. At least, yeah, you got to bury them for the rats. Yep. They can still dig tunnels though. Those suckers are gross.
Shawnee, are
Okay. It
you gonna
doesn't,
work on a composting system at the offsite garden?
Well, so I have to go with what the property owner agrees with. So the progress I've made so far is keeping the compost trench and teaching that we need to layer it because just throwing food scraps on it all the time isn't correct.
right.
So we've made it that far in our teaching abilities out there. I talked about having pallet bays, but wide enough for the tractor bucket.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, I don't want to look at that. And so, I
Bummer.
said, can I get a wood chip pile? And they're like, no, we can't have that. So, I've managed to convince the use of the leaves and to keep the
Mm-hmm.
compost system that's about all I've been able to persuade on the property.
Mhm. So
What a-
then
what
you're
what
go ahead.
about like the cattle pan? Well, not exactly cattle panel, but um,
The hardware cloth where they do this
well,
cylinder?
the
They don't want to look at
4
anything,
okay,
so
the 4 foot 4 foot rings out of the wire. It's used to make fencing, but you could make
Mhm.
it into a ring.
Yeah.
I have to just keep burying stuff
Okay,
Yeah.
until I take over.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay, for putting that in about the slow cold composting. It's a low effort, long term method, months to a year, where organic matter breaks down passively while hot composting is active, faster, weeks to months process. Appreciate that. Oh, wait. Specific ratios of greens, browns, turning, and moisture. Yeah, see, I didn't want to bother with all that. I'm a lazy gardener.
I
Moisture to generate heat, killing weeds, seeds, pathogens for nutrient rich. Compost quickly. Choose slow for ease or hot for. I just want to try it to see if I can do it, but I don't even know if I have the attention to give it. What were you going to say, Shawnee? I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make a point that yes, in my brain, if it was up to me, I would want to build a way to trap all the leaves. So we have this leaf stash and to have, a wood chip pile that can be
Yeah,
added to from fresh arborists. And it would be able to not be blown away by 50-mile-an-hour winds that we get out there.
right.
And, I would have a
Yeah,
system. I'm not saying a composting business because I have thought about that, but there's a lot of red tape with those
yeah,
things, and there's not enough land to do that there, but I would definitely do it differently if I had full rain.
right,
Mhm.
right. Like, I love that system where I don't know if David Good did it or I saw somebody else do it, where the wood is notched and you can just keep building it as high as you want to. Like you're
Sure.
putting in the 2x4s or you're putting in, just you know what I'm saying, like the slats of wood
Hugh
go up.
Mhm.
Richards. Hugh
Sure.
It was
Richards.
it Hugh Richards? Okay, beautiful. And then also like for windy places, like you get the wind, I get hurricanes. I like the CBS block. They don't look so pretty. Maybe stucco the sides of them to make them look a little nicer, but I like those bays, like for organizing like that. I would love that. But here, are you kidding me? Like that would be most of my garden. That would take up most space in the garden.
I well, I think some people just get so hung up on ratios. Don't
Mm,
get hung up on ratios. Just get in there and do it. Make sure you put some greens, make sure you put some browns,
right,
and if it gets too dry, make sure you put a little water, but you kind
right.
of want it the consistency of a wrung out sponge, they say. And
Yes,
and that is the perfect consistency. And then if you want it to go faster, put some effort in and turn it.
right,
Me, I
right.
have a corkscrew tool. I can't show
Yeah,
you because I don't have another arm to
yeah.
It's
straight.
like this, and then it
And then it goes
Oh, okay. It's one
around,
of those. Okay.
and then
Thank
you
you,
pull
Shawnee.
up,
Yeah.
and that is so much less effort than the pitchfork. But
Mm.
I did have to actually get in there with a pitchfork at one point.
What is it, like a hand crank compost auger? Like,
Yeah, I
that's
had to get in with a
cool.
pitchfork because it had just gotten away from us.
Hmm.
And I turned it, and then when I was done, I was like, "Oh my god,
Yeah. Well, that's kind of
that
the
was a
deep.
lot of work." I was sweating
Right.
profusely.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be, especially if it compacted down and kind of got stuck together. I like that idea, Jay Dixon. Yeah. Make
that's
a
what
shape.
Robin was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
But
mean,
then
I
the
like the
vines.
addition of the vines, like as it's, but yeah, you can, another
I could
time.
just build something without their help and then say suck it too. So
Yeah, it's easier sometimes to ask for forgiveness, I think, than ask permission, is how the saying goes. I never learned that lesson, though. I'm always, and
I
Yeah, but
just
you know,
always want their help though, so then I can't be mean.
yeah.
yeah, uh, my compost pile is one of those geo bins,
Hmm.
and it is hidden by a clematis that climbs up in front of
Oh,
it. So you
pretty.
cannot see it from our vantage point. And then the neighbors behind have a hedge row of trees right there. So nobody can see it. So it's a win-win from both angles.
Right. Right. I like that idea. Oh, you've got a manual tiller from the Dollar Tree. Oh, but you've also got the your apartment garden is like crazy. Like for somebody who's like, oh, I live in an apartment, I have a garden apartment. Yeah, she grows everything over there. Go check out her channel. You'll see, Growing with Hudson grows. It's. Oh, from Dollar General. I missed it. I thought you said Dollar Tree, and my brain did that. Just like Shawnee says, sometimes I need pictures. Probably the logo would have helped me, and I wouldn't have gotten it wrong. Forgive me. I've never used one. I need to find my tiller. That was my dad's. Still need to find it. I've got my hula hoe. That's what I was actually thinking of, going out in the middle of the night with my hoe and going outside and starting to like figure out where I'm going to cut off the edge of, this area or that area. It didn't happen because I don't have the right hoe.
Isn't the hula hoe or a stirrup hoe just like the most incredible tool on the planet for the garden?
Yeah, I love it. But I miss my cultivator hoe. I miss the prongs, and then it's got that blade on the other side is the one.
Okay.
That's the one that I had, and it did everything too. I loved that thing. That's
See,
the one that snapped.
I have the big, long, like 6-foot handle hula hoe. And then
Nice.
I have one of these shorty ones that's probably like 2.5 feet long. And
Mm-hmm.
it's great for the raised beds.
Is that the one, the Japanese like one that you got? It's like
No,
real sharp.
It's just like the big hula hoe, only little.
Oh,
for the
cute.
For the beds, raised beds.
Okay. Now I am hydroponic. Yes, you're doing hydroponic. Garden just take you down big rabbit. I know it does, doesn't gardening does take you down a big rabbit hole. It's like one thing. Oh, that would be neat. Oh, that would be, yeah. You can just go over to Shawnee's channel and check out her lives, because she's going down a big rabbit hole, and she's got really great educational lives over there. But it's like, it keeps opening another door. Like one topic opens a different door, it seems like.
The shows write themselves, everyone. And then the comment section gives me even more, fuel for the fire. We did garden journals and planners was our recent live stream. Mm-hmm. We've done a book review for January, Plant to Plate by Gaz Oakley. And then our other video we did was our, what are the things that actually matter for trends in 2026 in the garden. So check that out.
Yeah, definitely. I think I did. Yeah.
You've been on a nice roll.
Oh, she's been on a roll ever since she started. Yeah. Maureen and I are like, why didn't we do that? Oh, good. But then Shawnee reminds us that, she had practiced in other areas, and then she found really what she was passionate about. And it was like, oh, yeah, I love this. I'm totally passionate about it. Look at how it just kind of flows because I'm passionate about it.
Makes me feel good to talk about it. I look forward to it. It doesn't feel like work all the time. Sometimes, but not all the time.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
The research and stuff. Welcome in,
Diva
in the Dirt.
Welcome in, Diva in the Dirt. I didn't send out any emails because I was just being me. Me. I was having a day. You're welcome to come up if you have some time. Drop the link again.
While you're dropping the link, I'll make an announcement. We do have a new series coming out on Shawnee Grows. It's called Roots and Rambles with Robin Gardens. Oh. So we are going to dig into the roots of things and ramble about it. And our first show is about hacks in the garden. Is it a myth? Is it an actual hack? And I think it'll be a fun conversation coming soon.
Awesome. That sounds great. I'm basically going through all of the 2026, my list from my last live.
Good. Yeah, we said we could break them down. Yeah,
break them down and try and do that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know me.
There's topics. There's so many good topics.
Yeah. I love that. I love the Roots and Rambles name, though. That's really great.
Thanks to Robin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. It sounds great. and exciting. And you guys are great to watch together too, for sure.
We have a good time, don't we, Robin?
We do. We do. I think the cool part is that we naturally build on each other. It just something that there's a spark and then it just builds. That's cool.
Yep,
Yeah,
you
it's
do.
like, oh, and this. Oh, and did you do that? And oh, you throw out some vocabulary, right? And oh, look at this. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave Knight, welcome in. Yeah. MPK for seed starting. That's what I always wondered with seed starting. They talk about not using too much, like maybe like what you were doing, Shawnee, over in your channel, like with the worm castings, just like a little bit of nutrition, because within the seed itself, it holds nutrition.
Just depends on how long it's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Are you doing a plug? Are you doing a pot? Is it going to be in there for a week? Is it going to be in there for 3 weeks? Like,
right.
That's how you can measure when you need to feed it or not. Plus, we all know reading the plants tells us things. And there's a face happening on panel is what's going on.
Yes. I just heard the poop and had to wait. There we go.
Okay.
She can still pop herself up. Yay. I see a picture in the background. Or no?
So with seed starting, sometimes I do a cheat.
What do you got?
If I'm going to use a deeper cell and it's something that's going to be there for a while, then I'll put like a nutritious mix down at the bottom of that cell. And then at the top of it, I will put the traditional non-nutritious seed starting mix.
Yep.
So by the time it's ready for some food, its roots have hopefully gotten down to that nutritious part.
I like that.
It works for me, especially for like onions.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's a good tip.
That's a great tip. Some people that I live with would appreciate it if I didn't use fish emulsion inside the house.
Oh, it would be me.
Yeah, me too. I think I would, yeah.
So if I want to keep people out of my room, I just give it a good old fish emulsion.
Right.
And then no one comes in my room for a week.
Oh my goodness. So how are you, Miss Maureen? How
I'm okay. Sorry, I'm late. I was the bread was not wanting to move forward today, so everything took a lot longer.
Bread drama.
Exactly, about an hour and a half from the first level, and then even tonight, just before I started to shape it, it was like, you don't look big enough. So I thought I'll wait another 30 minutes. Then I just shaped it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave it out on the counter shaped, and so that it's not going right into the cold ferment. Because the dread in the morning is when I go in there at 7:30 in the morning, and they haven't grown, and it's like, you guys have to grow. You have to double your size.
Yeah,
right.
You need to poof up.
Are you guys having like a lot of? Is it really cold up there right now? Like has the weather changed? No.
Not really. Like we're probably in the about 45. I think that's what it comes out to.
Okay.
Yeah, like we did have some frost. I'm just gonna go. I'll tell you what it is. We did have some frost a couple of days ago, so it was like, oh, okay.
Sourdough acting sour. Yeah, sourdough is acting sour or bitter.
It's not acting sour. It's not. Yeah, so 42 right now it is. Our high was 48.
Okay.
And and our low tonight will be 40.
So you keep the heat on at that temp or no? Like in the house?
I keep it at I keep the house at 70.
Oh, so yeah, it's a consistent temp. It's just being temperamental.
Yeah, but it's it can also
smack
do with the air pressure and just how much moisture is in the air. I did, and it was my own fault this morning when I was mixing the levain. It was like, you're very liquidy, and that's my first indication. Add more flour, Maureen. It's got too much fluid. So I have no idea what that. Oh, I think it's her pink.
Like, I know. What are these?
Yeah.
What? There's like little body parts coming out from behind Maureen.
It's her pink. It's her pink Udi, like it's a pink blanket thing, and why it's showing up.
Oh, a pink blanket.
I think
Okay.
It's
because
too
Looks like
close
a
to
chicken
you.
cutlet almost, like from
yes,
on my small
yeah,
screen.
it's like
Yeah,
ooh. So
and that's interesting. But no, we're
anyway,
glad to have you. Totally. I get
yeah.
it.
So sorry, I was late, but it's like I was late with dinner. I made a gluten-free lasagna and a regular lasagna, and
Yeah.
I programmed the oven to could you turn on at 4:30, cook for an hour, and
Right.
at about 4:45, it was like it's not on. So I go, okay, the programming feature on my oven is no longer working. So
Right.
Robin's dying. Are you okay?
You
One
okay,
way
Robin?
can't mute her mic.
I know. Let me. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. Let me do that. There. I'm just muting you for a second.
Let
I'll
us know
give
when
you.
you want to come back.
Yeah. Just come back up, like your picture, and I'll unmute you.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking about free fertilizer, Diva.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And your
I love
poo-poo
free
juice.
fertilizer.
Now, can you
Mm-hmm.
go? You do have a video. We had that link dropped. Thanks to I think Jay dropped it or Miss Sharon. Somebody dropped it in the side chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But I was saying, I don't see you straying off your solids. You just have that thing going and it's breaking it down naturally,
Yeah.
right? Your poo-poo
Yeah.
juice? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
I
into.
thought,
No. If it means that I have to do a lot of extra work, no, I'm not going to. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So I use the Orville Redenbacher popcorn that you get from Costco. They're great big containers, and they got a handle. And so then I just in the corner of it, I just seep it in, let it seep in,
Right.
and then bring it out. And I do full strength, and then I walk behind watering afterwards because I'm not into. The first year I put in this much and then add the water, and
Yeah.
and it was like, oh my gosh, you know how many trips I'm making? That's too much work for Mama. So I just put it on full strength, pour it all over, stink up the yard, the neighborhood, and then water it. And usually by the end of the day, like even before the end of the day, the smell's dissipated.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't be any worse than, fish emulsion or fish head juice.
Yeah,
Well, even
exactly.
my old neighbors, they used to go and get the poo fertilizer, and that would usually almost last a week. Like I would actually start going out to the chicken coop and going, okay, what have you girls been into? What is dead back here? And then I realized it was the neighbors having their spring poop.
The poop, the real poop.
Applying manure somewhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you have gardenings in 2 places, so I believe you said you have 2 barrels, 1 at each place, if that's correct.
I have 3 going.
3,
okay.
okay.
Because again, I used to just have 1 in the backyard, and so I was traipsing back and forth, and it was like, you're dumb. And so I got a bin in the front, a bin in the back, and I have a bin out at the offsite garden. And also, last year was my first year to start composting out there. So I've just got a pile, just an open pile, and I've been just throwing everything onto it, all the weeds and any of the leftover plants and stuff. So I am going to start making soil out there too.
That's fantastic. I like open piles. It's easy.
Me too.
You can get in there at any angle.
Exactly.
Straight from the tutor to the garden, no smell, fast and easy. Yeah, I would love rabbits for that, but I think my heat would kill them. They would get so stressed out down here, Miss Sharon. I would love to have them. Although I found out from Mad Farm Carib Exotic that you can do pretty much, he uses his quail manure like that. He doesn't compost it too much at all, and he uses it. And he says it's fine, and his plants are fine when he uses it. Yeah. Okay, tonight I'm really going to bed. You young kids have fun. Okay, we're going to believe that for now. Oh, she's back. Let me unmute her. There we go. You're unmuted now. You're back with us.
With my chickens, I don't, because of the amount of wood chips that I have back there and straw and stuff, first thing in the morning when you go to pull out their butt nuggets, not their butt nuggets, but their poop nuggets out of the coop, those are a bit smelly. And then also usually first thing in the morning, someone's got they lay a real doozy and it's like, wow, that's a really smelly one. But you come back later in the day and there's no smell. Like It's
Yeah.
the main thing with chickens is making sure that there is enough of wood chips or browns to help balance it out. So I don't find that my coop. I know Joel Salatin. He said you should be able to put your head into your coop, and it should smell like a place that you could go and have a dinner at. There should be no smell. And so I work at that to make sure that if anybody
Right.
puts their head in the coop or anywhere, that there's no chicken fragrance.
What
You
Now,
does
really do
he?
practice that deep bedding method, yeah.
Yeah, the deep bedding.
yeah,
That's a Jeff Lawton thing too. That's how they greened the desert, with deep bed method chickens, and they
yeah,
just had like a huge run of them.
yeah.
Well, a huge, what do you call it? The
Mhm,
coop, a huge coop of them. Um,
mhm.
is it just the hay though that you're using? Does he suggest anything else that you put in there with them?
No, actually, it's not hay. It's like I use wood shavings inside the coop, and
Okay.
then in the playground, that's where I use wood chips. And
Okay.
the thing is we can like within just a very short period of time, all of those wood chips are they get broken down just from the girls walking on them, pooping on them, and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
like within a few months, we've already got soil that's ready to go.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sources of coal manure, I just wanted to read this, what Jay put up, which can be applied directly to plants without burning them due to slower nutrient release, primarily comes from grazing. What? Grazing? Was there more? Oh, grazing. There we go. Grazing herbivores like sheep, goats, rabbits, llamas, and alpacas. These manures are often pelletized like rabbit, sheep, and goat and are rich in nutrients but release them gradually. Thank you,
Hmm.
Jay, for bringing that up for people who didn't know.
Mhm.
Jay, really appreciate that.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
flipping through reading material to see if I could prep and bring anything exciting to the show. And, Joel Salatin really preaches the use of animals
Yes.
for free fertilizer,
Yeah.
definitely. So I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah.
Diva.
Yes, definitely. But
Mhm.
in this day and age, for people who are starting out, the animal husbandry, that was a whole nother thing to add on top. But eventually, adding animals is a wonderful thing. Like, I would love to add animals where I'm at, but I'm urban and it's very difficult to do that, or suburban, because of code enforcement. But yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Joel Salatin says that that's the best way to do it. That he knows what he's talking about. That's for sure. But that's the only reason I didn't
Yeah.
even touch on animals. It really wasn't. It was for beginners who don't
Yeah,
have
Yeah.
that.
no
I
animals
think if
here.
you I think if you are just I think if you are just starting out, I think the rabbit is a really good place
Hmm.
to start because you don't
Right.
have to compost their poop down. They're very low maintenance. They reproduce like rabbits. So,
But bump. Good night. Good night, growing with Hudson. Yeah, I agree with you for sure. And quail too. The thing is with
mhm.
it's feed too now. With ever since we had that lovely year where everybody started to see that we could lose food, that whole the trucking industry could go down and big problems could happen. People wanted to get land, they wanted chickens, and all those prices started to increase for the feeds for those animals.
Yeah.
Um, so that's all I was saying. Like somebody who's just starting out and is new, I was just trying to do something that was like low cost. But
Mhm.
eventually, I would love chickens. I'm getting things off of Amazon Vine, trying to build on that. One day I might be in a
Mhm.
position where I can have them. Hey, GT, welcome in.
I was flipping through this to see if I had anything on free fertilizers. It says pest and disease control, so why would it have fertilizer in it, Shawnee? But, I tried. And so, sorry. I went through the beginning and
Okay,
it's like,
goddamn.
your health tonic, compost tea stuff, obviously we covered that. And then it's like, well,
Hmm.
cover crops. And it's like, okay, cover crops
Yeah, like
could
what
be
you do.
free, when you're
True.
growing your own seed with things, because a cover crop can be anything. And
Mhm.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
go deep into like all of that right now, but just wanted to
Right.
throw the word out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I like too what you said when we were
I have
talking about. Oh, go ahead, Mama.
no,
You.
no. I can hold mine.
No, it's
I
okay.
can hold my thought.
Oh, you sure?
Well, because it wasn't it. Yep, I can.
No, because are you sure?
Hmm.
All I was going to say was I was going to give Shawnee a compliment because she is the one who kind of introduced like cover crops and talking about them in our little group more and how she wants to use them. And then we were talking about like just even trying to keep weeds down and how it's gone from like, okay, use the plastic stuff, use cardboard, okay, now we have the rolling paper that I'm using. And then it's back to cover crops, and cover crops were like the original way, like how things are going
Yeah,
to circular back to the basics. Go ahead, Maureen. Did you keep it?
yeah. It's might not be quite on topic, but it was
You're fine.
asking Shawnee in food forest permaculture when he was saying he doesn't have any slugs in his garden. Was it because he was putting biochar into the garden?
Yep.
Wood ash and biochar is what he
Hmm.
usually speaks about.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
he speaks about I want to call it cannel clay, but he calls it something else.
Can,
Surround, maybe.
yeah,
Oh,
surround
that is
clay.
kaolin clay. It's
It's
kaolin
like
clay.
powdered
Mm.
granularly differently than your typical cannula clay that you buy, is what I was told. But
Mhm.
yeah, that is what he preaches on
Right.
why.
Okay.
I think he also would say have things that eat that around. What eats the
Hmm.
slugs, bring that in, if I
Right.
were to
Yeah,
quote him.
I'm not ready to get ducks yet. So
Right. Right.
Right.
Yeah, because they
and
also eat
taking ducks
roots.
out, take you because it's out. I'm thinking of so then it's like okay, what do I do for if I put wood ash because I create wood ash every week.
Yes.
Hmm.
Um,
True.
so then it's like where do I put that on that offsite garden because that is my
Hmm.
biggest thing is the slugs, the amount of slugs. And I
Yes.
don't know that I will ever get to a place where um, the slug population, like that I'll be able to beat it down because, you're looking at 20 acres of blueberry trees everywhere, right?
Hmm.
And then the high water table and stuff like that. My little spot is not that big, but I'm also going here's where you eat. Here's where you eat. Come and eat. Come
Here's
Provided
some
them
fresh
some
greens.
shelter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard. That's really hard because they're
So it's
right
like
down
where
at their
do
level. They don't have to climb up too far like the blueberries and things, unless the blueberries, are on the ground. But that's
Mhm.
rough. That's really rough.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
it's like
the kale and clay is. I'm sorry, you
no,
weren't done.
I'm done.
Are you sure? I feel bad.
Still sure.
Okay.
Still sure.
The kale and clay surround is finer, so you can actually put it through pump sprayer, is what I understand, because they use it even in other countries. They spray fruit down with it, and it acts like a natural pesticide on the fruit. I've wanted to try it. I didn't know the product's name until just recently. So that might be something I might try in the future, growing, especially down here with the tropical fruits and all the bugs. We have
There's
all the
a
bugs.
there's a
Good.
channel in New Jersey, James Prigioni, and
Hmm.
he
Yep, we know
uses
'em.
the kale and clay for the plum curculio
Mhm.
that he fights with for his fruit. Um, and he's probably the most effective teacher out there on YouTube with the kale and clay.
Wax-based additives has larger particles and often. Okay. Yep, it does clog sprayers. I remember first hearing about using clay, and I was like, "That's going to clog my sprayer." Because
Yeah, that's
I
what I
mean,
was.
Robin
I'm
and I
just gonna
bought
go
like,
look it up because I went.
I think it'd be more
go ahead.
fun to protect your seedlings with, a ring of your wood ash or coffee grounds or
Yeah,
both, and then you've experimented with copper,
yeah.
and then just encouraging frogs and toads and snakes and birds if you can to help eat them slugs.
Robin, you need to calm
Yeah,
down a little. Homestead said, "That's number
Or
one
is she
king."
typing?
Oh, how's she? Yeah, how's she
Oh,
doing that with just one wing?
she's had all day YouTube practice.
I know. It's like amazing.
We,
Like, and she's like Shawnee too, because she's in frame and you don't even see it going on. She's just mysteriously typing.
No, you don't hear it. You don't see it.
Nothing. Yeah.
It is incredible how when you are forced to use your non-dominant hand, how it adapts pretty fast. You know, this was Christmas Day that this happened. It's now January 9th. And I'm pretty coordinated now with my left hand.
You're a lefty.
Yeah, you're a new lefty.
I want to see her use the scissors.
Ambi.
Turn them upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, most lefties use their right hand to cut the scissors because there is not very many unless you buy specific lefty scissors.
Yeah, you have to buy specific lefty scissors. I had to have them in my classroom for just those couple of kids that were lefties. Oh, you were talking about Homestead Aquarius's favorite, frogs. Putting frogs in the garden. Oh, okay. John's coming in for me. It's coffee for
John.
nitrogen. How you doing, Will it grow? Wood ash and then koi. Fish? Wait. I know you don't mean koi.
What's the
oysters, maybe? Oyster shells? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Coffee for the nitrogen, wood ash for the P, and what is he saying for the K?
Potassium. And the K is
K is potassium. Phosphorus, I think, is this.
Oh, phosphorus is P. Sorry.
P.
It's
phosphorus is P.
It's your oyster shells. Yeah.
The oysters. I got it.
Yeah, you were right.
I was like looking at it for a little bit. But...
Oyster shells, okay.
Yeah, he's got plenty of those. Yes, the gardening channel with James. I watched him for a little bit. He's just too happy for me. I can't.
Well, what's funny is because before I got into gardening, he was one of the ones that I would watch. You know, what's going on? You know?
Yep.
And if you go back, and maybe he's removed them, but if you go back to his beginning, he had no expression. Hello, everyone. So glad that you joined me. It was like, what? Did you go get some lessons? Because he would today we're gonna, and everything was just, thanks for joining me. It was so flat and you're like, who were you? So he's come a long way to have so much energy and excitement because he was just flat at his beginnings.
Yeah, that makes me feel better because I go and I edit my stuff and I'm like, this one I need to speed up. Like, what they're gonna think I was falling asleep while
I'm kind of looking forward to watching the channel as he moves to this new property to grow in, because he'd been in his suburban food forest for 7-8 years.
Right.
Yeah, that other property has a neat story with him and history and stuff. So.
Oh, neat. I'll have to get over there. I haven't watched. Yeah, I haven't heard it either. Oh, thanks, Will It Grow. Nice to have you come in. But we're like getting close, so I'm going to give it a little bit, 12 more minutes since we're that close to the 2 hours. I was going to ask, Shawnee, your next live coming up, did you say what you were planning on doing, or you're not sure yet? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I'm always
There's lots
like
of stuff in the works. I mean, so, on my channel, we could be getting into garden themes. So like a taco garden is one of them. We could be getting into how do I organize my seeds? How do I start planning what to grow? What am I going to grow? A seed haul, like who knows what's going to happen for that. And then we did announce earlier the new segment that will happen called Roots and Rambles with Robin Gardens. And we do know that our first episode will be about gardening hacks and if it's a myth or true. We just don't have it scheduled because my life doesn't work that way. So be subscribed so you know when that'll happen on my channel. There is another thing happening on the 19th. Robin and I are special guests on a live stream at a channel called The Urban Gardener for a new show, The Green Room. So Robin and I will be live on panel at 7 p.m. Central Time on the 19th at the Urban Gardener.
That's Monday. You know,
Thank you. I was
it's
just gonna check.
normally the weekend, but this will be a Monday show.
This is the Monday evening ones that he had coming up with the
He'll
co-host.
be co-hosting
new.
with Natalie from the Fresh Princess.
Sounds exciting. I know that Jay was just saying he had something going on, and she'll be helping him with it this weekend.
Nice.
On his channel on the Urban Gardener. That's really good. And then Diva, what do you have coming up as far as, are you still putting out your encouraging videos on Mom, and do you have
yeah, there's a few more. Yeah, there's a few more that'll be coming out, but
awesome.
no, I have like I'll have just whatever next gardening video that I just recently made. It'll come out on Monday, and
cool.
I'm just going to kind of can keep consistent with that.
Okay.
As for doing a live tomorrow night, I'm still rock paper scissoring it at this point.
I did that all day.
Yeah, because it's just like you know, I've got to bake bread in the morning, and and as well as we're having more mice out in my shed, and so I've been working at this past week, taking, you know, any sort of items that are, oh, you think this is your hotel? Well, I'm going to remove it. And then you think this is your hotel. So my son's going to come and help, you know, move out the bigger items and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning. So by the end of the day, it's like, good thing is I made lasagna tonight. So lasagna's for dinner tomorrow, because then it's just a warm up.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know that. So you
so
know,
if you do, maybe a pajama one.
You will see. Yeah, you will see. I will put out early enough in the day if I get inspired, where it's like, well, I can talk about that.
Right. Like,
at this point, I don't know what I would talk about.
In our audience gardens in pajamas. Look at me. Here I am in my bed in pajamas doing a live. No pressure. No pressure. Yeah. We've done it before. I love it. Yeah. Whatever. And then our Robin is taking it easy. But have you thought about what you could put out while you're the one-winged wonder down there?
So I did put something out from the vacation in Arizona. So there's one that's a tour of the Tucson Botanical Garden. And I filmed a little short one about, you know, the challenges of doing things one-handed. So
awesome.
I'm going to see if I can't make that into a short little something to come out maybe Tuesday.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Her video she just did, Robin Gardens, on Tuesday, the tour Botanical Cactus Spiky Garden, has a train in it. If anyone hasn't seen it,
I want to see that. I haven't gotten a chance. I know that sounds so awesome.
And then did you film yourself packing seeds, Robin, in your display of
That's what I'm
that's the one wing challenge
Tuesday. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just, you know, continuing to move forward to the garden season limited.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, and it's that thing where you go, you can still garden even if you only have one wing.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate you so much, Outback Taz. Hey, Jonesy.
Robin,
thank you for coming in.
I did. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Robin, I loved hearing how your mindset's shifting for, okay, I think I need to do these things differently this year because I will still be in physical therapy. You know, that hopefully will be talked about on your channel as well at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to go on for a minimum of 4 months, he said. So, you know, things have to change and I have to make it simpler. I can't make it harder for Al. He already does enough with me.
Aww.
And he's going to be doing doing all the lifting, you know.
Yeah.
We normally do it all. I told him he can be the star and I'll be the camera person.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're One hand is on the, yep, true. I've seen that too, but
Yeah.
so they don't do the pre-prep for all those shots one-handed. They've got both hands going. That's so funny though, Barry. Yeah, a lot of the youth are walking around one-handed because they've always got their phones out. That's so true. They're
Mhm.
so used to it though. It's just part of what they grew up with the computers. Like my daughter hurried up and she put this connected right to my laptop, lickety split. She told me how to do it, and I think I could have done it, but it's so much easier when she just comes in and it's like a 2-second matter because she's grown up with computers since she was a toddler.
Oh
And
my,
she,
if I think of my work career, I mean, I started out on 100%
Mhm.
paper
Yeah.
and progressed to 100% computer
Hmm.
as the years went by. But
Mm.
in those latter years, when we first really started being computer heavy, something went wrong. I would, get up out of my cubicle and I'd hit up the youngest person in the department to come help me. And I
Right.
never felt guilty because they're the first one hanging over my cubicle wanting help for something else. So,
Exactly. So true. Yeah, I didn't, of course not. I'm the taxi driver still right now, so I definitely don't feel guilty. But many of us let our left hand drive and we don't trust that hand to eat with. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Never really gave it that much thought. Is that one of those deep thoughts at 3 in the morning, Homestead Aquarius, when you can't sleep? Thank you, Miss Sharon. Thanks for putting that link too. Yeah, I do adaptive gardening. Tonight was gonna be the technologies and including it into the adaptive gardening, I don't know, classification. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, this is not all adaptive gardening stuff. I have to go back and research it more. And also, I'd like to pull some pictures of the new stuff. But one of the things that was really cool to give you a preview is they're finding ways to not use pesticides, including lasers. They're using lasers now, which is like, can you imagine just having like a laser that could come out of your yard and go, zzz, oh, like for marine, like, those little stupid slugs, Zip, zip, bye. You just see a little smoke.
Yeah.
Use it and support
Have
all
it
the
first
listed
thing in the
channels.
morning,
Yeah.
when they're all leaving,
Yeah.
and then at nighttime when they're all coming in to come and eat through the night, you have a little.
Right.
So.
I would just like that idea. I think that's kind of cool. And then they're doing it with like the weeds too in large scale farming. They have it using robotics. It's really cool. So yeah, I wanted more time for that. But we have the one where Robin too was talking about on the adaptive live that I did. You have that cart. So at least you're set up. You have that nice cart that you showed us. That when I looked it up and you're like, yeah, I have one of those. It's great. So yeah, it would be great to do a live with you too on that, like on adaptive. If you found any tools while you've been one winged that are just amazing. Oh, thank you, the cable company. Hi.
Oh, hey,
Nice.
Gator.
Yeah,
How's it going?
Gator. Nice for you to come in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I came in on Gator's birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. I hope you had a great birthday. Yeah, let me see. Carol, there are lasers that shoot insects in your home. It's complete. Isn't that crazy? I love it. Yeah, let's apply it to the garden.
Jay brought up what I wanted to say, how Robin Gardens has a different outfit on. I haven't seen her in this one with her.
Let me see.
Oh, this is
It's a
every
hoodie.
Oh, it's a zip
every
up.
piece of large attire between Al and I has been investigated. And this was a jacket we bought for my mother-in-law. This is the Peninsula Players up in Door County. We had gone to, it's an outdoor venue, and we had gone to a play. And we said, Mom, don't you want to take your jacket? No, I'll be fine. Well, she was freezing, so we bought her this jacket.
I like the color, and it's all naturey.
Yeah, and it's everything has to zip up or whatever up the front so I can get my bad arm in first and then the good arm. And it's
Oh,
got to be
wow.
really big so it doesn't pull,
Right.
when you go to the other side.
Oh, you're a great YouTube friend. Everybody you support, Jonesy, goes right back at you. You really are. Well, we're seconds away. Anybody in the side chat have anything like to drop? Because we're going to say goodnight in just seconds. I've progressed to no bib needed. Oh, that's a great progression. I probably was not supposed to read that out loud.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
It's just funny how when you start out using, your non-dominant hand, how
Right.
uncoordinated you are,
Yeah.
but in, a couple of weeks, it's crazy.
Oh my goodness. Get out of here. Thank you. I'll back to that. You're so good to me, Jonesy. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Jonesy is now number 1 and takes the crown away from Homestead Aquarius. In the final seconds
The
of the
fans go
game.
crazy and the other fans go woo.
It's a slap shot.
The team is divided.
Oh no.
Careful in the parking lot.
That's right. Might get messy out there. How great is that for the past 2 weeks? We had weather in the 50s. Wow. That's crazy. But then what's going to happen? Will it grow when it comes back? Like, you got to get those. Are they going to be mature enough to pick, or will that just wipe them out if you guys get like a Canadian, polar vortex or whatever they want to call it next time?
Why are we blaming?
They blame you
me?
here. They blame Canada for the cold weather in
cold
America.
air.
It's all your fault. It's always coming through
Mexico's
Canada down
hot air.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's fault.
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody who came in. Appreciate you. Thank you for the gift, Jonesy. Appreciate you. Thank you for seeing old friends too, and new ones, and my co-hosts who joined me. And I'm so grateful for these ladies and their channels. I learned so much from all of them. I would keep my family. Oh, that's what's going on. Absolutely, we'll be praying for that, Storm. Definitely praying for you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Absolutely. So if anybody's listening to and they believe in the power of prayer or good thoughts, pray for Storm's radio's brother right now. We could use the prayers. Tasmania is a sunshine state too. I love it. You have that in common. Appreciate it. All right, everybody. Well, we may or may not see you over at Diva in the Dirt in our pajamas. Oh, man. Thank you, Gator. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Very
Thank you. That was very sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Made a big order today, including, I forgot to tell you guys, I did get a fold-out table. Shawnee got to see the picture. I now, the fitness thing, I needed to get something. So for those of you, I don't know if the sale will be off, but if you have a Target and you need like a 4-foot pop-up desk somewhere, or you need it for potting or your starts, they have them on sale. The ones that fold down that you can carry too, like in an outing, like if you camp. So that's what I picked up. So definitely you could use all the gifting. Thank you. All right, everybody, have a good night. And just remember, we all grow at our own pace. Or that wasn't what I usually say, but that's the same thing. And I hope this helps some of you new gardeners to make your own fertilizers in a very cheap way, DIY. And just have a good night and hope to see you back next. Oh my gosh. They're volleying the crowd in the last seconds of the game.
Oh.
So thank you so much, Outback Taz. Please go and check out all these channels in the side chat. If you don't have them, please do go and hit the subscribe and check out some of their shorts. appreciate the support for each other, and I appreciate your support. And have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Goodbye.